There's that great story towards the end of the book when an influencer, a modern day influencer, tries out one of your products.
Yes.
And it's watched 30, you blink and it's already been watched by 13 million people overnight. And she didn't get the product.
No, she trashed it and said, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I went back to the office. My
Yeah.
son, who, said, all right, we've got to film some educational things, because she clearly didn't know how to use it. The product is called What the Foundation, or we call it WTF. I couldn't have named it that in the old company, but no one said no to me. And it's the best thing. And your producer came in and said, I wear it every day.
Yeah, and
so,
she wants some super hacks from you before you leave.
We got her. And I went in and I kind of said, all right, guys, not everyone's going to love this foundation. If you like full coverage, you won't like it. But this is how you use it. Because she was using it with globs on each hand and put it on. And she had some weird base underneath and the whole thing pilled.
It's not gonna
It was
work.
awful. And then I finished it and I said, all right, I have one more. And I did it just as a joke. I said, all right, I'm a makeup artist. I learn every day. I learn this new trick. I want to try it. And I reached my hands in the makeup and I made two big blobs in my hand and I put it on my face and I just started laughing and I stopped. I just did it as a joke. I didn't know my son was putting it up. That got 4 million like instantly overnight, and we quadrupled our business. We ran out of product again, and it was a moment. And all these women now were saying, Bobbi Brown clapped back. I didn't know what a clapback was, but I clapped back. And last year I was at my dear friend's restaurant in London, and he said, "Oh, there's an influencer here." She was there. I got up.
No way.
I walked over. I said, Meredith, hi, Bobbi Brown. She couldn't have been nicer. I just like to cut through things right away.
Yeah, of course.
And she said, oh, my mother loves your makeup. Not a word about the TikTok.
Yeah.
You know.
She's moved on. You've moved on.
We've moved on.
And that's how that's how we roll.
Yeah.